Antetokounmpo? Yeah, he's not one of us.
He's not one of you.
No, because he's a Hamite.
Who's considered black to you?
Those of us over here. Black is not
Shaquille O'Neal considered black?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't like him?
No, yeah, I like. He's not African. Shaquille O'Neal, one of us. But we don't like Africans, and Africans don't like us. Africans sold us. How can I like the people that sold us?
They did.
Yeah. You know, white man never came in the tribes and catch nobody.
No. It was
The Africans,
black.
well, it wasn't black. It was Africans that caught us.
So the ones that have been enslaved and sent here, they are the blacks.
Right.
And then the ones in Africa are the Africans.
You are one of the smartest Moroccans I've met, because you can understand, because most people look at it like Africans gathered up Africans, but it's tribal wars. So we was a different tribe than them. So when the Europeans looked for slaves, they caught us. Antetokounmpo.
Shalom. As always, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace to the elect, the 144,000 men, the servants, the prophets of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and to the rest of the elect, the 1/3, men, women, and children, you sincere believers, to you I say Shalom. Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is going to destroy Captain Tazariak and the ISUPK. Reason why is because he scatters the sheep of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And he presents himself as this all-knowing, authoritative guy, when all he does is spew madness. All right? As it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 2, if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing. And this dumb Negro, he knows nothing unless he repents and starts teaching the right doctrine. If he doesn't do that, Yahweh Bahasham Shai is going to destroy him. Because Giannis Antetokounmpo is an Israelite. He's not a Hamite. But Captain Tazariak's and ISUPK's problem is that they're caught up on the predominance of the 12-tribe chart. Because the 12-tribe chart covers the predominance of the nation of Israel, So what I mean by that is the so-called Negroes in America today, all right, which is the tribe of Judah, and then the Jamaicans, the West Indians, the tribe of Benjamin, the Trinidadians, and then the Haitians, the Levites, the so-called Haitians, which are Levites, and then the rest of the Latin tribes scattered throughout Latin America, and then the Native Americans. Those are the names, the countries, the regions listed on the 12-tribe chart. So they're focused on the predominance of the chart, and they're not spiritual enough to understand that Israel is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And a large amount of our people live in the land of Ham, predominantly in the western hemisphere of the land of Ham, which is Africa today. But he doesn't believe this because he's not a prophet. He's not a man of the Lord. He's not spiritual. And the reason why I got Matthew chapter 18, verse 6 on here is because he is offending Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai's little ones, because a lot of the elect live in the land of Ham. And also, a lot of the elect were born in the land of Ham. As I mentioned, predominantly in the western hemisphere and also other areas of Ham, the land of Ham, all over. All right, you have elect members in the land of China today, in Asia. All right, the land of Moab. Anyways, this is Matthew chapter 18, verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me. All right, the elect believes in Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. The elect believes in Yahweh Shai. It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. So Captain Tazariak, Yahweh Shai is telling you it was better that you jumped off in the deepest part of the ocean and killed yourself, man, than to offend one of his little ones. Because elect members are living in the land of Ham. And elect members have parents that were born in the land of Ham. So what? They're Hamites too, because they weren't brought over here, in Babylon the Great or in the Caribbean through the transatlantic slave trade. These niggas don't have any fear of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, man. Because it's a spirit you gotta look on, man. You can tell by Giannis Antetokounmpo's spirit. He's a dominant spirit. He has a dominant spirit. All right? This is Romans chapter 8, verse 16. I'm not going to stay long on this video, man. This is just a quick correction because It's all about your spirit. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It has nothing to do, well, it does. I'm not going to go that far. It has a lot to do with where your forefathers go back to, where your lineage goes back to, yes. But we're in a time where we can't track these things accurately. So we have to go by the Spirit, and the Spirit does not lie. All right? So the Spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. All right? And now let me just jump to, I can jump to Rome, actually the 6th verse here. You know, it's actually through the Spirit that it says this here. It says, verse 6, for to be carnally minded is death. All right, that's why Yahushua is telling you, man, it was better that you jumped out in the deep ocean and killed yourself. All right, because when you're carnally minded, you offend. All right, you do things that are not pleasing to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and it leads to death. And it says, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is subject to the law, for it's not subject to the law of God, neither it can be. All right. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God. So he's thinking in the flesh. All right. That's what Tazariak is doing. He looks at everything outwardly, not spiritually. He doesn't understand the gospel in its entirety. All right. He doesn't understand the scattering of the Israelites. All right. He doesn't understand that not all Israelites were on the slave ships, that some were left behind. Okay. That some sold out some. All of these different stories. Oh, Ham sold Israelites into slavery. Oh, Israelites sold Israelites into slavery. Who fucking cares, man? Israel is everywhere. But I'm telling you, man, Yahweh Hashem Shai is going to destroy this nigga, man. I believe he's next. All right. Let me close off with Jeremiah chapter 23. Because he's proud as hell, man. He goes on these side quests, you know, on these different platforms and tries to spread the gospel. Well, Yahweh Hashem Shai is using him. All right, you can't do anything against the truth but for the truth, but he's still a wicked-ass Negro, man. He's still scattering the sheep of Yahweh Hashem Shai. So this is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. It says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Yahweh Hashem Shai. All right, let me read it in the NLT. What sorrow awaits the leaders of my people, the shepherds of my people, Slakia, the shepherds of my sheep, for they have destroyed and scattered the very ones they were expected to take care of. Let me read it again, because I'm putting my own words here. It says, for they have destroyed and scattered the very ones they were expected to care for, saith Yahweh Hashem Shai. You're not caring for the elect when you're telling them that they're Hamites. That's very offensive. Do you not see the videos on Instagram, on YouTube, of Ham getting pissed on by animals and rubbing, you know, animal feces in their face? Do you not understand how offensive it is to call Yahushai's little ones Hamites? These men are not men of the Lord. All right? They are men of this world. They have one foot in the world and one foot in the truth. All right? That's why he behaves in the way that he behaves. That's why he does things to be seen of men. All right? And he does things to man, that's it, bro. As always, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rukahakwadash. Abad Babal, and stop following these false prophets, man. Shalom to the elect.